Hi, everybody. This is your girl, Denise LaSalle Williams. And I did a post on last night. Um, Everything I said and did and said I was real. And so everything I said and everything I have said was real, okay? And I want you to understand that anything that I do and anything that I say or anything that I make comments of, I'm very open and honest about everything that I do. Um, My topic today is judging others. And the reason is because it's like a part two to yesterday. Okay. Just because someone looks different than you, just because somebody has a certain clothing that you do have, just because somebody's hair is not the way yours are, or they don't live in a certain environment or predominant area issue, does not make that person make you any better than the person that you are discriminating. So why do we judge them? Sometimes people judge you or characterize you and put you in a certain box because of their own self-esteem. Some people have low self-esteem. Some people are intimidated or jealous of them, of what you have. Some people feel like because they have grown up in an environment where they always felt like they were superior, so they're supposed to be superior. Or they've been in a situation where they were bullied and at home, so that this continue in a pattern in their life. Okay. So this is one of the reasons why they judge other people, why they bully people, because they feel like that makes the macho of them. Or if it's a female, that makes them feel like they have that control over you. But my thing is like, why we can't just love one another for what they are? Why can't we just accept a person for who they are? Just because a person looks on the outside does not determine their inside, right? And the Bible tells us not what goes on, it's not what's on the outside, what's on the inside. On the inside comes on the outside. Okay? So I may not be or have all the luxury clothing or the big hats and the matching suits and pocketbooks and all of that. What I'm saying is, I grew up in the church all my life. I was raised in the church and brought in the church by my grandparents. I choose, hold on a minute. Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, we just leaving the house.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. I choose, that was mine. I choose to live the life that I live because I want to do it. I choose to carry myself in a way that I choose, not because of what people think of me. Okay. And I told you about my bio. You know, I was born deaf in my right ear and I partially lost my hearing in my left ear. And I grew up as a kid, growing up as a child, always believing and feeling like, okay, I couldn't do like the other kids. I couldn't feel like a life like the other kids because most people treated me as if because you're deaf or because you're hearing impaired, you know, you can't make it like everybody. But that wasn't true. As I got older, I lived the life like everybody else. I learned more about me than what people perceived me to be. Okay? And I did everything that you all did. I cook, I clean, I do laundry, I iron, I lived in the farm with my grandparents, you know. When I had the car accident on my legs, you know, my grandmother didn't want me to go out there because she felt sorry that, you know, something else might have happened to me. But I was a determined person. And by the time that I became 17, 18 years old, I still lived the normal life like you all did. You know, I got married by the time I was 18 years old. Been married for over 10 years. I got divorced. I had my son 2 years after I was married. Okay. Nothing never made me feel less than a person. No matter what triggered between me and my ex-husband or whatever, it took two, okay? Even though most of it was the abuse that I went through with my ex-husband. But one thing about it, I lived a normal life as anybody else, being partial, you know, hearing impaired with while I was married, okay? I didn't have, when I was growing up, I had two hearing aids. But as a child or my teenager, I didn't. Not because I was ashamed or bad, but, you know, doctors didn't do that. Now that I'm in my late 40s, I'm 50 years old, right? I wear one hearing aid. And I also have the cochlear implant. And because I have my coaching, I just got my coaching implant on October 30th of this past year because I never been able to hear in my right ear. And I wanted to able to hear. And so that didn't take my life, make me feel like I was less than you or make me feel, because I went to school, I went to college, 4 different colleges, I graduated, I completed, I've been in trade school, I even did all of that. But I had someone telling me or dragging me online to say, I went to a slow school or trailer school and all of that. So last night when I made that post, I was real serious. Yes, I may not have everything that you have. And I didn't have the Rolex watch, and I didn't have the diamond clothes, and I didn't have the fancy luxury that you have. But I thank God that my grandparents and my parents raised me well enough to be able to accept what I have. Okay, because when my parents was coming up, and my grandpa, they only had 2 pairs of shoes, one for church and one for school. So those of you that are older, you know what I'm talking about. For me, I was lucky. Of my generation, we are lucky. We're lucky that we had to ride the school bus. We're lucky that we were able to have 2 and 3 pairs of shoes. And some of you that are younger generation, like my son's age and my other kids' age and foster kids' age, you got the opportunity to get Nikes and Adidas and Pumas and all of that. I couldn't do that. Okay. So my thing is, why are you judging people? You judging them. You talk about their clothes and their hair and their skin, right? You do all of that about people, but then you insecure about yourself. The Bible talks about examine yourself. Amen. So I always had good hair. My real hair was the color of this years ago. I dyed it 3 years ago in jet black. Let me show y'all. So Marcella's, and let me see your transcript, and everybody else out there. I'm not dragging nobody, right? I put my real hair in a ponytail, right? So I braided and put in a ponytail, and so because I'm going somewhere today with my aunt, so I didn't feel like doing anything, right? Because I have real braids in my hair. I last the braids in my hair for 4 months. Anytime I get my hair braided, it stays in my hair for 4 months. Right, and my hair stayed the way it is. And I come from my grandmother. We Cherokee Indian family, so as y'all can see, this is how my hair is. So we maintain take care of hair. So I'm going to show you all something live today, right? This is my hair, amen. Right, I got hair, no nappy, no nothing. This is my hair, amen. Jet black, amen. So it's not napping everything. My hair is down to here, right? But I just choose to wrap it in everything and put it there. Now, my actual hair, this was this color until I dyed it, because I was born this color here. And someone told me, said, well, why don't you dye your hair back to your natural color? And I said, well, when I was coming up, I didn't want to be different from the other kids at school, because my father had this hair color. So anyway, my thing is to say to you, we spend more time to judge people. We don't take the time to love one another, right? I went to school, had all natural teeth. All my teeth are natural. And the only reason why that you see this is because one of my teeth were loosened, and the doctors had to take the loose out my teeth. And after I graduated from Roxbury Community College, which is the last school, right? And I told them no until after graduation. And so I was born and raised with a gap. All of my family members, my mom, all my mother's sisters and brothers, everybody in that family, we all had gaps. So I wanted to close my gap, and knowing that because of my age, I was not qualified for braces anyway. So what they did was they took one of my other teeth so that they could just make a gap. So they made a little partial for me. I'm not ashamed of being partial. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm older now. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not a little girl anymore. I may look young. And it's because I take care of myself. I don't run the streets. I don't go all over the place. I go to church. If I'm not in church, I'm in school. And thank God I just finished with UMass Boston, class of 2020, with my degree in my BA degree in psychology, because I did with Capella on my BSED. So I did all of that. And I'm not stopping my knowledge or my education just for people. I'm just learning to show that just because we're deaf or we're hearing impaired people, that we are somebody. So I made a statement last night when someone talked about people being in a trailer school, a special need. And if you have a child that is deaf or hearing impaired, or if you're a special need teacher, don't get in this field just for the money. You get in the field that you're there to help somebody. Even if they're from paralytic, from their waist down in a wheelchair, help them, teach them, let them learn and get the same education as you all. Okay? It doesn't matter if they're riding a trailer bus or school bus or half bus or van or somebody pick them up and take them in their car or station wagon. You know, it's transportation to get them from one point to the other. Amen. And it's a blessing because they don't have to get out there in the rain, sleet, and snow to get to their destination. All right. Here in Massachusetts, we have what we call the ride. Okay. And I'll take the ride any minute. Right? Because when the snow comes and the ice, you know, I'm not going to fall and hurt myself, you know. So I do what I have to do. So my thing is, why are you judging people? Why do we do that? We do it because we feel insecure about ourselves. What I'm saying is people do that because they're insecure about themselves. People do it because they want to make a scene or they want to get out there and be big and they want to put on the front for their friends. But And the real deal, you know, when time comes, when you get sick and you get down, where's your friends then? I talk about that because I've been in the medical field, you know, I've taken care of patients, I was CNA, I was a medical terminologist, and take care of my grandparents. I watched that. People that are there for you when you're up, but when you're down, you find out who's for you. Not even the church folks are not there for you. They kiss up on you, they hug up on you, but are there for you. So why do we judge? We're judging because we have nothing else to do. We're judging because we feel that that's the only way we can make it in society. Amen. I remember listening to a while back to President Trump. And he was picking at a special need kid, right? And it broke my heart because, hey, I come from that. And I've been around other special needs. Some of my friends are deaf. I have what you call a VRS, a video relay phone. So any of my deaf friends want to call me, they call me my video relay. If the hearing people want to talk to me, they call me on my regular phone or my cell, right? Or they can text me. So I'm the both worlds, right? But I don't think nobody know better than nobody less than anybody. Amen. So I still say, why do we judge? We judge because we look at people and we say, oh, that ugly girl, oh, that this. You know what? Let me tell you something. I may be ugly. I may not have all the finer things you want. I may not have the Coca-Cola shaped body, but you know what? I have kids. I may not have all the looks on the outside, but it's not about my outside. It's my inside. I'm sorry that I don't meet the society needs. I'm not here to meet your needs. I'm here to do the work that I'm called to do. And if I preach or teach or say a word, it's because I'm making a point to society. We judge, and the Bible tells us, judge you should not be judged unto you. And we do it because we feel that makes us superior. We think that those people that we're doing it for, you know, think about it. If you start that trend, older people, your children do that, don't have no real reason why they're doing it. They're doing it because mama do it. They do it because daddy do it. And when they get to school, they do it. And they feel like because they got that new garment that they got, and they see somebody who do not have new shoes or new clothes or whatever, they feel like, hey, they could talk down to that person. But you have to teach them that just because a person living in projects or a person living in low-income housing or a person living in a trailer does not make them less than a person and you live in a big house. You have the same thing as a person living in a trailer, which is a kitchen, which is a bathroom, which is a bedroom, place to sleep. If it ain't nothing but the floor, you got shelter over your head. You got a refrigerator, you can go and get you something to eat. If it's nothing but a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it's something, okay? There's somebody out there that do not get those things, do not have the nutrients. And if you want to criticize somebody about, oh, they go to the food bank, so what? I do. You know, I buy my own food, but there are times I go to the food bank. You know, if it's going to serve a purpose to help me, it's going to help me. So why judge? And if you are professional field, if you are teachers or educators, if you got special need kids, love those kids like they're your own. Love them as if that was your child in your house, or that was your a parent or a brother, because I got family members or friends that I grew up with that they have brothers or sisters that are older than them, but they look small, and you would think they were kids, and they're like 20 years old, 25, 30 years old, and they have a medical condition, but I don't judge them. And sometimes their mind is like they play with little trucks or cars and stuff because of their condition. But we are not to judge them. So what if they're in a special class? I've done it. I've been there, right? I've been in regular school. I've been in. I've gone to attend all regular school, all regular classes. I might have maybe one class out of the day. If I did, it helped me. It served a purpose for me. So I'm not gonna let nobody tear me down because you've been in slow school. No, that was because of my hearing. And you know what? The best part about it, my classmates were all deaf, and I wasn't, right? I was hearing impaired. And a lot of you go to school and pay X amount of dollars to take ASL, which is American Sign Language. I didn't have to do that because I saw two deaf friends. I just watched them how they communicate. So when you're around an environment, you pick up that. It's the same thing like Spanish. I've learned Spanish by just being in my environment. God gives us gifts and talent and abilities in every area. It doesn't make us different from you. It doesn't make us less than you. It just means that everybody got a different gift and everybody got different talent. So why can't we just love one another for who they are and accept them? Amen. I talk about a lot of this stuff in all my posts, and I talk about this in my Facebook and my YouTube. It's because I'm trying to bring awareness, right? It's the same thing as I saw one of the videos of TikTok. They want to say that they make fun out of African Americans. So I'm talking to some of my African American sisters and brothers. When you do that about us, you think about what the white folks are doing about us, the Caucasian. They're taking TikTok and they're doing blackface. I'm not dark as my remote, okay? I'm not dark as my remote. I'm not black like that, okay? But you got to put paint on your face or shoe polish on your face to image us, to make fun of us. And some of you going to go on your Facebook or your YouTube, you're going to talk and drag about me, which I don't care, okay? And Caucasian people are not this color, all right? This is what they want to say, right? God didn't separate them like that. God didn't say, okay, because you black, you less than somebody, because you Caucasian. He brought us all in the world as equal. It's just that people feel like because of the color of their skin or a status that they have, that either they stole or their ancestors stole because they don't want other people to have. And some people think they're bigger and better because they got that. That's what that is. Just about everything that you have, black man has invented it. And black men couldn't go forward because they didn't have the money to patent their ideas. But now was the time that we can do it. Amen. This now is the time. And they always try to tear us down. We walking while we black. We driving while we black. We in a beach while we black. We in a hotel because we black. Everything's happening to us because we black. And yet you can't function without really some African Americans. Because if there was no African Americans in the schools, you would not get the funding that you need. If there was no mixed race, they were just all Caucasian. If you imagine what it's like, the same people that look like you every day, y'all wearing the same clothes, the same books, the same class, and you have the same, everything the same as you, nothing, no differences. You all be just like each other. So I want to just say this. Stop judging people. Because, I know that some of us, even in ministry, we judge. We have a little judgment. Girl, look at her. Look how she dressed. I know that we do some of that. But when you get to the extreme and try to make it a big thing to try to hurt somebody, it's wrong. It's wrong. And some of you men, you get with these women, and then when you break up with them, you talk about them. So I got to go, y'all. I will be back on here part 2 tonight. Love y'all. Okay, I'm coming downstairs.
Okay.
All right.